Welcome to the audiovisual program, Classified Collective Bargaining Agreement 2023 through 2026, between the Greater Albany Public School District 8J and Greater Albany Association of Classified Employees. This is Article 26, Insurance. 26.1. The district will provide insurance benefits to each employee in the bargaining unit, employed 6 hours or more per day, 30 hours a week. New employees who have completed at least 10 working days during the month of hire and who qualify for insurance benefits will be provided the district's insurance contribution the following month. A. Employees who work 4 hours to 5.99 hours shall receive 50% of the full package rate toward insurance. The balance shall be authorized by the employee as a payroll deduction. These employees shall have the option of 1. Medical only, 2. The full insurance package, 3. Waiving participation in the insurance, 4. Medical and life and self-pay on the disabilities insurance, or 5. Buy the disabilities insurance and receive life. B. Employees of 5 hours to 8 hours hired prior to September 1995 shall be grandparented into the eligibility for the full insurance program for the duration of their employment with the Greater Albany School District. C. If an employee working in one employment category is hired for additional hours in a bargaining unit position outside of the original category during the school year, September 1st through June 1st, and these additional hours cause their work hours to increase to 6 or more, then the employee will receive insurance benefits at the reduced 50% level for the school year in which they are hired into the additional hours. The following school year, if the employee remains at 6 or more hours, the employee will receive the full insurance benefit. Employees who were hired for additional hours in another bargaining unit position outside their original category that put them at 6 or more prior to June 30th, 2010 are grandparented in at the full benefit level. D. Bus drivers, special needs drivers, and relief drivers whose actual hours work significantly exceeds the hours they are planned to work within a single employment category may receive delayed benefits on an annual basis if their actual work exceeds the 6-hour per day requirement, as per Article 26.1. This provides a second path to establish and maintain benefits eligibility. Delayed benefits are not provided at the 50% level described in 26.1a. In summary, an employee who opts into the program and works the required hours to receive benefits in a given year would receive the associated benefits in the following year, and potentially sooner. Benefits continue so long as the employee continues to work as a bus driver, special needs driver, or relief driver that qualifies for 50% benefits and requalifies annually. Benefits terminate when the employee no longer qualifies for 50% benefits or does not requalify annually. The following constitute the rules of the program. First, employees must work in a position that qualifies for 50% benefits to participate in delayed benefits. Second, the threshold for the annual benefits will be determined by multiplying the number of contract workdays, not including paid holidays, in the employee's work calendar by 6. For example, an employee with 175 workdays in their calendar would need to work 1,050 hours or more to be eligible for delayed benefits. 1. If an employee is hired after December 31st, they may not begin to establish eligibility until the beginning of their first full work year. 2. Employees hired after the first day of school, but before December 31st, will have their threshold reduced by multiplying the number of working days in the full months elapsed since the beginning of the year. Using the same work calendar above, this means everyone hired through September 30th will use the same 1,056-hour threshold. All employees hired in October would have a threshold of 930 hours, assuming 20 workdays in September. 3. Once an employee has established a threshold, it is fixed and there is no margin of error. Third, hours worked for training, in-service, and similar type of work does not count toward the threshold. Fourth, hours worked in overtime count as 1 hour per hour worked, regardless or the rate of pay. Fifth, hours driving for summer route programs or trips starting on July 1st of the new fiscal year will count for the following year's total of drive time. Sixth, all authorized paid leave, all types, counts towards meeting the threshold. All unpaid and/or unauthorized leave does not count. Paid holidays do not count toward meeting the threshold. They were excluded from calculating the threshold, so they are excluded from meeting it. Seventh, paid inclement weather time counts toward meeting the threshold, but make-up time does not, since it would be double counted. Eighth, employees must declare their intent to pursue delayed benefits no later than September 30th each year, or within 30 days of hiring. This declaration must be made in writing and be provided to a transportation supervisor by 5 p.m., the last business day before the deadline. When an employee opts in to potentially earning delayed benefits, they acknowledge 1. Their timesheets will receive additional scrutiny to ensure any inaccuracies can be resolved in a timely manner. 2. Once timesheets are signed by an employee and supervisor each month, they will not be revisited for the purposes of determining eligibility for delayed benefits. 3. Participation in potential delayed benefits does not alter the way work is assigned to employees. Senior employees retain potential rights to claim additional work, even if it prevents junior employees from meeting their threshold. 4. Employees are individually responsible for tracking their progress toward their threshold and ensuring they complete the required work. 9th, once an employee has reached their threshold hours, benefits will begin the first day of the following month. They need not wait until the next year to begin receiving benefits. 10th, employees must remain in a position that qualifies for 50% benefits and requalify for delayed benefits annually. If an employee does not requalify or leaves a position that qualifies for 50% benefits for any reason, benefits will revert to eligibility criteria described 26.1a. If an employee loses eligibility for delayed benefits, previously earned delayed benefits have no value. 11th, new employees joining GAPS from other school districts may receive benefits upon hiring under this provision, with approval from the Director of Human Resources. The intent of this provision is to enable new employees to transition to GAPS without a break in benefits when it is likely they qualify under this provision. The Director of Human Resources may approve a supervisor's requests only when it is in the district's best interests and when they able to independently verify the following conditions. 1. The supervisor believes it is more likely than not the employee will requalify at the end of their first year of employment. Consequently, new employees hired after December 31st are automatically ineligible. 2. The employee was working in a similar classification at their previous school district. 3. The employee was receiving equivalent full benefits in their previous position. 12th, an employee receiving benefits under Article 26 are eligible for the same benefits regardless of the method, traditional or delayed, used to qualify. 13th, an employee in the process of qualifying for delayed benefits may still receive immediate benefits under other provisions of the contract. Likewise, an employee receiving benefits due to temporary hours, as described in Article 26.2, could still progress toward delayed benefits the following year, even if the temporary hours cease. 14th, an employee who is eligible for 100% benefits under Article 26.1, meaning their scheduled route already exceeds 6 hours, may not voluntarily move to a shorter route and retain delayed benefits. 26.2. All coverage will be at the composite rate. The association may elect for its eligible members to self-pay disability through payroll deduction. Eligibility for the insurance benefits will be determined by the district based on the employee's regularly assigned hours of duty. All hours, both regular and temporary, shall apply towards insurance eligibility for regular employees. When an employee receives the extra temporary hours, then insurance will begin the month following the month in which they received the additional hours. A short-term temporary assignment of hours that will last no longer than 8 weeks shall not apply to this section. The district contribution towards the insurance premiums shall be as follows. A. For the 2023/2024 school year, the monthly insurance cap will be increased by $45 for employees of 6 hours or more, or 5 hours or more if part of the 2019 language that grandfathered the employee in. Employees between 4 and 6 will get half of the capped amount. For 2024/2025 school year, the monthly insurance cap will be increased by $50 per for employees of 6 hours or more, 5 hours or more if grandfathered according to this article, plus insurance dollars pooled as described below. For 2025/2026 school year, the monthly insurance cap will be increased by $50 per for employees of 6 hours or more, 5 hours or more if grandfathered according to this article, plus insurance dollars pooled as described below. B. The district will contribute $25 per month to an employee's HSA, health savings account, if the employee has a HSA-compliant medical plan, provided the contribution would not exceed the legally allowed annual maximum contribution to the HSA. C. Pooling insurance dollars. If an employee of 6 hours or more, 5 hours or more if grandfathered according to this article, opts out of insurance coverage for any of the plans and therefore does not use some or all of the district contribution per employee, or if the plans selected by the employee does not equal the total amount of the district contribution for an employee, then 100% of the dollars shall be pooled for distribution. Beginning 2014 to 15, if an employee who is eligible for the full cap amount selects an HSA-compliant health plan that does not equal the total amount of the district contribution for an employee, then the employee shall have the option of these dollars not being pooled, but rather being contributed by the district to a HSA established by the employee. Any amount of the employer contribution that would exceed the legally allowed annual maximum contribution to the HSA would be pooled. The amount of pooled dollars shall then be equally distributed to all employees of 6 hours or more, 5 hours or more if grandfathered according to this article, who are taking insurance for the purpose of lowering employee out-of-pocket costs. If an eligible employee has no out-of-pocket costs, they shall not receive any of the pooled dollars. The formula to determine the amount of money available for the pool shall be as follows. Multiply the cap by the number of eligible employees to determine total amount of the district's maximum contribution obligation. Then, after enrollment, subtract the actual premium cost. 100% is what is available for the pool. Should an employee who is eligible for the full cap amount opt out of the insurance coverage and receive insurance through the Oregon Insurance Exchange, for which they qualify for a subsidy, any penalty paid by the district directly related to this employee will be deducted from the pool. The association may discontinue application of pooling dollars with 90 days notification to the district. D. The association shall retain the right to select carrier and plans of the insurance benefits, except that the district reserves the right to name one plan that will be made available. In planning the insurance coverage, the association can, to the extent allowed by state and federal law, 1. Reduce the level of coverage or the number of programs provided. 2. Elect to payroll deduct disability insurance. 3rd. Change to a different carrier. 4. Payroll deduction will be allowed for any premium in excess of the capped amount. 26.3. In order to reduce the impact in the May and June paycheck, the July and August out-of-pocket insurance costs for employees will be spread over the March, April, May, and June paychecks. 26.4. Changes in dependency coverage will be made according to carrier rules. Carriers typically allow changes during open enrollment periods and when there are major life-changing events. 26.5. Should the district have the option of selecting a short or long-term disability carrier or group life insurance carrier, the association will provide representation on the District Insurance Committee, which will review available plans for disability insurance and for the group life insurance only, and make recommendations prior to the renewal of contracts annually. 26.6. The district shall continue its insurance contributions for employees on leave without pay as a result of a compensable work-related illness or injury as follows. A. In order to be eligible for district-paid premiums, such employees must have at least 3 years seniority and must have had, at the time of illness or injury, at least 1/2 the accruable sick leave, 15 days for 10-month employees with 3 years seniority. B. Such eligible employees shall be allowed the following benefit: 3 years seniority, 1 month district contribution, 5 years seniority, 2 months district contribution, 10 years seniority, 3 months district contribution. 26.7. Spouses or domestic partners, as permitted by carrier rules, of retired employees who are paying for and receiving two-party medical insurance shall be eligible for continued participation in the insurance group, even though the spouse has reached age 65. 26.8. When an individual works for the district both as a classified and certified employee, the insurance shall be handled in the following manner. A. If the majority of time worked is certified, then the certified insurance package shall apply. If the majority of time worked is classified, then the classified insurance package shall apply. B. If the total time worked for the district is full-time, then the district shall pick up the cost of the premium based on whichever insurance package is being applied and the terms of the contract. C. If the total time worked for the district is not full-time, then the pro-rate contract provisions shall apply. The applicable contract shall be the one which contains the insurance package to be used. D. If the employee serves an equal amount of time as a classified and certified employee for the district, the employee may select the contractual insurance program which best suits their needs. 26.9. Domestic partners, as permitted by carrier rules, will be permitted to enroll in the negotiated insurance plan. 26.10. Employee Assistance Program, EAP. The district EAP will not be eliminated until the issue is presented to the District Association Insurance Committee for their recommendation. EAP benefits will always be available to classified employees as long as they are available to other employees as well. 26.11. In an effort to maximize the value of district insurance-related expenditures, the Greater Albany Public Schools and Greater Albany Association of Classified Employees, GAACE, agree to the following. Classified employees who are 0.75 FTE 6 hours or greater who meet all the requirements established by OEBB to opt out of coverage and who remain covered in an Affordable Care Act compliant employer-sponsored group medical plan are eligible for a district contribution into a standard HRA established for the classified employee. If they are unable to have a standard HRA, they can instead opt to have the contribution made to a limited coverage or post-separation HRA, or to the subscribing employee's HSA. Any district contribution that would exceed IRS HSA limits would revert to the classified insurance pool. The amount of the contribution shall be based on what insurance benefits are opted out of. 1. All classified employees will receive life and self-paid disability insurance as per the classified employee agreement, regardless of opt-out status. 2. If an eligible classified employee opts out of all other insurance, then the district shall contribute $570. 3. If a classified employee opts out of medical and dental, the district shall contribute $545. 4. If a classified employee opts out of medical and vision, the district shall contribute $470. 5. If a classified employee opts out of just medical, the district shall contribute $445. 6. The HRA contribution will be contributed for each month insurance is waived. 7. Remaining classified employee insurance cap dollars after all, district paid insurance and the HRA contribution are deducted will be pooled for distribution. The amount of pooled dollars shall be equally distributed to all 0.75 FTE 6 hours or greater classified employees who are taking insurance. If an employee is eligible to receive pooled dollars but has no out-of-pocket insurance costs, the difference will not be provided as a cash payout to the employee. The above-mentioned items shall be subject to law and carrier requirements.